Welcome back to the Anxiety Chronicles. In my previous video, we compared PhD in India versus abroad. Many of you asked me, but how do we get into the PhD program in India? Well, that's exactly what today's video is about. We are going to break down all the important entrance exams for PhD in India like UGC NET, CSIR NET, GATE and university level exams. Who should take them, how to prepare, and what kind of opportunities each one opens up. So, if you're planning for PhD in India, this video is going to be a complete roadmap for you. Before we jump into the list of exams, let's understand why entrance exam matters so much. In India, PhD admissions are very competitive because there are limited seats and most universities want candidates who are research ready. Entrance exam test two things: your subject knowledge and your aptitude for research. Some exams like UGC NET and CSIR NET also make you eligible for fellowships. That means not only you do secure admission, but you also get financial support while pursuing your PhD. Let's start with the most popular one, that is UGC NET. This exam is for candidates from humanities, social sciences, management, and some science subjects. It happens twice a year, usually in June and December. The exam has two papers. Paper 1 test teaching and research aptitude, whereas paper 2 is for subject specific. So if you clear UGC NET with JRF, that is Junior Research Fellowship, you not only qualify for the PhD admission, but you also get monthly fellowship of around 37,000 to 42,000 for the first 2 years, then a slightly higher amount as a SRF research senior research fellowship. Without JRF also, you can still use UGC NET qualification to apply for PhD, but you won't automatically get the fellowship. Next exam is CSIR NET, which is only for the science subjects: physical sciences, chemical sciences, life sciences, mathematical sciences, and earth sciences. Like UGC NET, it also happens twice a year. Clearing CSIR NET with JRF means you get a fellowship of around 37,000 to 42,000, similar to the UGC NET. This exam is considered tough because it is very subject heavy. But if you are from a science background, this is the gold standard for getting into research in India. Another big one is GATE, mainly for engineering, technology, and architectural students. GATE scores are widely accepted not just for the MTech but also for the PhD admissions in IITs, IISc, and NITs. If your GATE score is high, you can get direct PhD admissions in many top technical institutions. Plus, GATE qualified students can also get research assistantships while doing their PhD. Now, not all PhD admissions in India happen through national exams. Many universities conduct their own entrance exams. For example, IITs, IIMs, ISCRs, and central universities often have independent tests and interviews. Private universities like Manipal, which I explained in my earlier video, have their own selection process like the Manipal entrance test for PhD. So if you are targeting a specific universities, always check their website for their unique process so that you don't lag behind of the process and follow according to it. Now this can get confusing. Let me make it super simple. For example, those who want to apply from humanities background, social sciences or management, they should go for the UGC NET exam. Pure sciences should go with CSIR NET. Engineering and tech should go with GATE exam. University specific PhD, their own entrance exams like JNU, DU, MAHE, etc. So you don't need to prepare for all the exams, just focus on the one that aligns with your background. Next up there is eligibility for the exams. So most exams require a master's degree with at least 55% of marks, 50% for the reserved categories. Some exams allow direct entry after a 4-year bachelor degree if you score really high, and a course, each university may have their own criteria, so always check the official website to know about these. Now, I'll quickly walk you through the structure of each exam. So, first is UGC NET. That it contains two papers. Paper 1, it includes teaching and research aptitude 50 questions, whereas in paper 2 it is generally subject specific, which contains 100 questions. Next is CSIR NET. It is mainly subject focused with multiple choice questions, covers fundamentals and advanced knowledge. GATE exam, it consists of 65 questions, mix of technical and aptitude. Next is university exams. It usually includes research methodology, logical reasoning, subject knowledge and an interview as well. One of the biggest benefits of clearing this exam is financial support. UGC NET and CSIR NET with JRF, you usually get a fellowship of around 37,000 to 42,000 per month. Then SRF, in which includes 42,000 to 45,000 per month. GATE qualified PhD students usually get assistantship or stipend around 30,000 to 35,000. And university specific scholarships, for example, Manipal has TMA Pi scholarships, which I explained earlier in my previous video. So clearing a national exam doesn't just open doors, it also takes care of your financial stability during your research. Quickly, let me give you 5 tips to prepare effectively. First is know your syllabus. Don't waste time on irrelevant topics. Then use PYQs, which is your previous year questions. They are your best guide. Next up is time management. Practice mock test under exam conditions. Fourth is balance your research and theory, especially for paper 1 in UGC NET. Next is consistency, which is your key. Prepare a study schedule and stick to it to prepare effectively. So to wrap it up, entrance exams are your first step into your PhD journey in India, whether it is UGC NET, CSIR NET or GATE or a university specific entrance test. The key is to choose the exam that matches your background and prepare with focus. In the next video, I'll be covering something equally important: how to prepare for PhD interviews, what kind of questions to expect, and how to make a strong impression on your future supervisor. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And if you have any doubts about the exam, drop down in the comments and I'll try to answer them in a QA video. Also, if you want me to cover something specific in the videos, please let me know in the comment section. Till then, bye. Happy research.